Hey, what's up, you guys? It's MCLegoboy here with 40777 Celebration Series 4 Gingerbread Train Ornament, 190 pieces of a promotional item that was released only during a week in December. I don't remember the exact dates, and you can't pick it up anymore anyway, unless it probably moved to the VIP or insider section of the Lego website, and you gotta trade in a bunch of points for it or something. I don't know. But I was kind of interested in this because I recently built a gingerbread thing, which I don't have right next to me because I'm stupid and I wing everything that I do. Well, I guess I'll have to grab that for the actual review portion. I didn't realize that this was part of a series of stuff, but the point is this was only $75, and that was much more reasonable than the like 190 and like 250 and I think even like 120 that some of the other promotional items were, and it wasn't restricted to any particular themes. So I figured I'd buy a couple things at the retail price that I probably shouldn't have, but you know, because I was getting double points and I got this out of the deal, I figured it was worth it. So yeah, just a little gingerbread train, or at the very least the engine. Got a pocket knife here. Don't play with pocket knives. This is very serious business. Got to be careful putting this away, because I have actually like not closed it on my finger, but I've gotten pretty darn close, and I've actually like cut the skin, just the skin. It didn't bleed, but it was close. Oh, that is lovely. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's real good. So at 190 pieces, I think this would relatively be about $20. Maybe it's only $15 in value. So yeah, and no numbered bags. Cool. We're doing it old school style, but yeah, that is unfortunate. Kind of looks a bit like a shoe from this angle. I think it's this. It's the cow catcher up front. It looks like the front of a sneaker. So anyway, I'm going to build this now, and we'll do some kind of show and tell and check out what this thing had to offer. All right. Whoa. All right, here we are. And yeah, man, this is a great little promo. I'm glad that I picked it up. If the other sets don't live up to what I paid, you know, I paid like $82 in total for, I guess, this neat little gingerbread train. I doubt that'll be the case, but this was a fun little build. Really good. A lot more dark orange in it than I was expecting, because, you know, most of it you see up here is reddish brown. But yeah, you got little dark orange things everywhere. You got kind of some stuff going on the inside. The wheels do turn. Kind of hard to tell on some of these ones down here, but you know, they do in fact turn. Doesn't really roll too well on my table, except for now. Yeah, see, this side doesn't like to turn as much for whatever reason. I don't know. But yeah, just a great little array of dots, tiles, and a heart to kind of make up some of these little candy details. I've never gotten a inverted cone before. It's definitely more of like an ice cream cone type thing. So it's kind of hard to gauge on like what the exact scale of this is. Obviously, you know, like it's a Lego set, so I mean it can be a little ambiguous, but like if this were like an actual waffle cone like it was originally designed for, if this is like a big thing, so it's like, would this be like huge in real life or what? I don't know. But got some kind of candy cane striping going on there. So yeah, I mean, pretty simple, straightforward. A lot of great like multiples of parts. So all these dots pieces, I mean, you get at least 4 of each color, except for the pink ones, I think. The pink ones are only 2, but you get an extra of every single one of them. You get an extra of this purple swirly bit that I don't know, could be a bell, or representing a bell. Maybe this is representing the bell. I don't know trains. I I'd have to talk to my friend that I haven't talked to in a long time. That I really need to pawn all his stuff back on him. He knows trains. But yeah, just a lot of great detailing on here. So it's a great little build. I'm glad to have it. So yeah, you get 4 of these medium nougat wheels. You got a bunch of dark orange curved tiles, a couple of flat tiles. You got 4 of these 2x6 plates. You get a number of 1x6 plates and 1x2 plates. You got a couple of bricks in here as well. So that's pretty good. Especially since, like, for me, I don't have a ton of parts in dark orange, so that's cool. Big 3x3 dome piece. So yeah, like, obviously none of this is going to be helpful for you to determine whether or not you should buy this unless you're buying it on the aftermarket, because you can't get it anymore. But yeah, just a fun little set. Really nothing else to it. I'm glad I got it. So now we'll transition over to the part where I will ramble too long about something that is not important to this whatsoever. And that is, I recently built something. I haven't built something since last Christmas.
Hello, I am Sven.
I built this. It's a Vic Viper. For those of you in the space community on Lego websites and stuff, you know what a Vic Viper is because of the builder Nen from forever ago. He started a trend and people just kind of keep it going, and every now and then I try my hand at it and I can't seem to do it, but I did it this year. So yeah, something about me was like, maybe I should do something to try and switch up the Christmas build this year. Let's try a gingerbread house. And then I'm like, no, I don't really like that. It's like, I always try and make something for Vic Vipers, or, try and build a ship in September, which would be insane. I've never successfully done any of those, really. But I was like, maybe a gingerbread Vic Viper. But then it's like, well, I gotta help sell that idea. So I built a house on top of the wings that I had already built here. So some of the parts in this set, like these arch slopes, are like right there, and in the back here, nice to have. And I see some of the techniques like this where you do and alternate the brown and the white. And I made sure to do that for the engines back here. These are kind of supposed to meant to be gumdrops, but I don't have a regular 2x2 round dome in neon green or bright trans green. Nothing. I got nothing. So it's like I had to kind of custom make some of those. So one thing I'll say, I'll knock on this though, is that it's like, well, it's mostly brown, but there's also all this other dark orange. Now, being a promotional item, they're typically not going to include a bunch of extra parts in new colors. So my thought process behind that was, it's like, okay, try and keep everything the same color for all of the pieces, and also make sure that they're flat for the most part. These would be things that you would cut out the shapes of. So when it comes to these round edges, you were cutting round holes into a flat piece, and then you were sticking those round holes together with some icing. And here, I don't know if that's necessarily sold as well. But yeah, I mean, grabbed a old promotional item of a gingerbread man, stuck him on a what I would say is a graham cracker sled. So that's the same color as these wheels. So it's like I could see these wheels being graham cracker or something. It's like trying to figure out what's being represented in Lego. So it's like I've got kind of lights up here, but maybe they're also little gumdrop things, And, I also really went heavy with the icing making it even a little asymmetrical at times, because this would be screaming through space. So like, maybe not necessarily space, but just like flying really fast. So you kind of build up these icicles that are going. So yeah, you know, this is just kind of what I decided to do this year, and I'm pretty proud of it. Definitely made some choices that I'll probably regret, because these brown parts that I have, they're the older brown. Not old brown, but the older reddish brown, where they are brittle, and there are definitely some parts that have cracked, and they're gonna remain my secret. But yeah, I definitely push the boundaries on some of these things. So yeah, that's my Christmas MOC for 2025. And then we have this little gingerbread choo-choo shoe, because it definitely looks like a shoe at times. If from the correct angles, it looks like a shoe to me, which is then making me think of Charlie the Unicorn 2 with the choo-choo shoe. Yeah, anyway. Cute little build. Glad to have all these pieces. Number of these red friction pins. That's great. So, you know, depending on if I can ever get my act together and build something creative and unique on my own that's not forcing myself to do something for Christmas, because I've been doing that for 15 years, 16 actually, to, you know, keep that tradition going, you know, having some parts in dark orange and parts in brown that I don't normally have, and those friction pins and little dot tiles and all these fancy colors. It's great. So yeah, this has been MCLegoboy with 40777 Celebration Series 4 Gingerbread Train Ornament. If it's ever up for sale again on Lego, or like through the Insiders program, or you know, you find it on the aftermarket for like $20 or something, it might be worth the pickup.